Right, reading another chapter of Bloom Into You. It's chapter 36. We have Saiki Senpai on the cover. This one is called Someday in the Future. She's reading a book, having a sweet drink, and a few candies. How comfy, how cozy. Now, I know the series is ending soon, and I feel like before it does, there needs to be some fairly substantial look at her crush on Nanami-senpai. Um, and we haven't really focused much on this in quite a while. In some regards, it's like a very kind of boldly presented aspect of the plot. She's never minced words about it, and she's had conversations about it with the barista at the place, their teacher's girlfriend. Oh, and I wonder if, with this cover, if maybe she's going to go chat with her again. I don't know. The class, see, this is a perfect circumstance. I see how this is going to go now. The class trip is like a classic pause button in a lot of Yuri series. In Girlfriends, the class trip ended up being the big mutual confession climax, which was just fantastic. But there was like 4 or 5 chapters where they really wanted, they were just like one conversation away from dating. But because of the chaos of the class trip, things just like kept getting put off, and I've seen that pattern a few times before. And here, I think it's going to be the perfect opportunity to have this little arc with Saiki Senpai and her feelings for Nanami Senpai. They're going to take care of like all of that, I guess, somewhat frantically, I'm sure, throughout the class trip. And then the coast is clear for... Yeah. Okay. So here is their little group for the trip. This girl we've seen before. She was like helping out with student council stuff during the cultural festival. She came out with them for karaoke. She was great. She wants to see Kin Kakuji and Gin Kakuji, the gold and silver somethings. So opposite directions. They're like a pair. Okay. This is very cute, very cozy. Nicho Castle. Give up on Gin Kakuji. So Saiki Senpai has also been kind of, I don't know, like she's really kind of tragic in how little she knows about what's going on. She's like kind of suspected you of having a crush on Nanami Senpai. She asked her about it once. She's a little curious in general about their relationship, and it's going to cause some coldness between her and you. But I don't think she could have ever imagined the actual depths of intimacy of their relationship, that they were just like making out and stuff all the time. And so kind of in this latest arc, this latest phase of it, she's like not only unaware of like the good thing in Yu's life, like the thing she's happy about, but now she's unaware of like what she lost to make her unhappy now, A little bit, sorry. I'm feeling more pathetic than anything. Wow, how bold of her to say that. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm alright for now, but cheer me up if I don't get better. Wow. And Saiki Senpai is stunned. Stunned that Nanami Senpai is capable of saying such a thing. When would she have ever admitted before that she was feeling pathetic? That word, more than any, I think, is the one she wanted to avoid with the facade she put on. Pathetic, full of pathos, that is pitiable, that is someone. So, yeah. Stay down so I can shoot you. Ha ha. Cute, cute. They're back at it. She's more engaged. Are you okay? And yeah, this is just it, right? Is like she seemed happier after the cultural festival. She's so disconnected from the actual patterns of her life and what she's doing. It's so sad. And the fact that she gave the same result, the same response here to Sakai-senpai as she did in their like larger group of friends, I think must really hurt, you know? Because until when she was going through the whole thing with like finding out that her sister really wasn't the person she thought she was, finding out that her sister at school was much more like lazy and slobbish, she went to Sakai Senpai first. They actually talked about it first before she talked about it with you, and those sorts of issues and stuff. Like Sakai Senpai felt that she would be led on the inside, that she was closest to you or closest to Nanami Senpai of anyone. So yeah, this must really hurt her. It must have something to do with Koito-san. Oh my god, what a good read. What a good read. And I think she's remembering here when you was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the student council, she was or the staff office, and this was just the last chapter. I'm gonna go to the staff office. Oh, let me come too. They head off. Before they would have time to even reach the staff office, Nanami comes back by herself looking sad. So, okay. In retrospect, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out what's going on here. But still, good on her to kind of confront this, because I'm sure it upsets her when she sees that another girl has made the girl she loves so sad. Toko's changed. She never used to open up around other people, like that. It's really important to Nanami-senpai. I wonder if she'll be able to be herself after we finish it. This is what you said. This is what you prophesized. And what seems like it has really become the case. She's really much more of herself now. But I decided what to do if that day ever came. Confess? Oh man. If you really, that day is probably already here. Man. She probably imagined herself, like when she thought about this possible transformation of Nanami-senpai, which she always knew would probably be the case. That she would be an integral part of it, that she would be the closest to anyone throughout that transformation. And now that feeling that it's slipped away, that it's happened before she even realized it, that day is probably already here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So she goes to her cafe. Oh! This turned out kind of weird. So it has. Her teacher's girlfriend, whom she planned on just ordering some coffee from, I would guess, is now getting her to hop in the car? Where are they going? For souffle pancakes? I want souffle pancakes. Dude, souffle pancakes. Oh my god, they look so fluffy. They look like unbelievably fluffy and cute and sweet and delicious. And my friend had them, and he said it was one of the best foods he's ever had in his life. And I've eaten a lot of food with this guy. We're gourmet buds, and for him to praise the souffle pancakes. Get their secret and steal it from myself. Sure, it's okay. I came with you. Just like meetings until late again today. I'll check out the popular cafe like this one right away. I want to hear about you too. It's hard to have a nice conversation while I'm working. Yeah, I think Saiki-senpai's concern here is totally valid. This could so easily be misunderstood by so many people in so many unfortunate ways. But that doesn't matter, because they're gonna have a nice chat. They managed to get in. She watched the DVD of the play. Can't believe that you of all people played the girlfriend. Oh, that's rough. It's mirroring reality though. It was acting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I actually forgot she hadn't actually said. But she had the read like as soon as they had studied together or had done whatever, like the first time that she and just Nanami Senpai came in. Afterwards, she was like, I know what's going on here. Seem like you have a shot when you're not acting. Okay, this is the big question. And I mean, normally I think Sakai Senpai has been very cautious about her optimism with this. I think she's always just assumed that she would be turned down in the way that everyone is turned down. But she also knew that that was more because of Toko's facade than anything else. So now that the facade is down, has she allowed herself... Toko, it turned out every confession she received, right? She changed a lot recently. Haven't found an opportunity to ask why, although I'm sure she has many ideas as to why. But now I feel like I could actually have a chance. But... the souffle pancakes. Lordy. Oh, they look so good. I'm gonna learn how to make them. That's my plan. I don't know where I could get them in Canada. Maybe someplace in Toronto would have them, I don't know. But I think they're not actually that hard to make. I heard you could make it in the rice cooker, and I'm always like very encouraged by the idea of making things in the rice cooker, because the rice cooker you just press a button and close the lid, and then there's no more interaction that you need to have with it. So if there's some rice cooker viable method, I have like a really fancy and nice rice cooker, so I assume I could do it. Anyways, I wanted to do taste tests. Can't eat all of them by myself, can I? They're probably super filling. But go in, you can do it, you're young. Aww! She's actually like pumped up for it. Caramel just isn't in the sauce on top, they mix it into the batter too. Ooh! It should be on the regular menu, not just the seasonal one. Very soft, nice. Long line is definitely worth it. I like your shop a lot too, Kodama-san. Oh, how proper of her. Sakai Senpai always so proper. Realizing that they've been complimenting this other cafe for such a long time, that maybe she should pay a compliment to Cafe Echo or whatever it's called. Still not good enough though. I'd like to make some more money. So honest. Lying Enrico is the main breadwinner, so you know. Your teacher is tough. You always go home late. Keep working once you get home. Teach her because she likes it, but if it ever gets to be too much, I'd like to be able to support both of us with what I make. Wow, what a lovely idea. How ambitious, how big picture thinking. This is the sort of conversations that you have, the sort of things that you consider when you're in a real serious relationship, you know? When your lives are that entwined with one another. How terrifying. Seriously, how terrifying. You know? These are the sort of aspects of one's own life that can't even be looked at directly. They're like the sun. You think about 10, 15 years in the future as in a glimpse. Just to get a sense of it. Just to kind of remind yourself it's there. To confront it directly, to articulate it, and to have conversations about the big future, not just by yourself, not just for you alone, but with another person who is more important to you than probably any other person. What the hell? How can people actually be expected to do this? A special menu to stick out front and hire some people. Open up the second floor for more seating. Maybe even open up a second shop eventually. Look at this. These big picture things. Oh, it's too much. It's just too much. They're all just dreams, though. It's not it. I was just really impressed. So everything I'm not talking about is technically an adult, so I was hoping I could maybe help him. These sorts of scenes are just so goddamn beautiful to me. People like the kind of archetype of the established lesbian couple in a Yuri series is something we're seeing more and more. I think it's a really great addition. And these sorts of scenes where one of them gives advice to one of the more main characters, I think is just really lovely. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I want you to tell me more. But you and Hakusaki-sensei, enough to fill me. Oh my god. She just, at this point, she just wants to fantasize, I think. You know? She wants to hear about all these lovely, serious relationship adult type things. And imagine her and her beloved Nanami-senpai in that same situation. Enough to fill me up. Well, isn't that, you know, being such a serious girl, always wanting to confront things head on, the fact that she's allowing herself this is really beautiful. It's really sad, but it's really, really beautiful. And the sun has gone down, and it is a starry night. Happy to drive you to your house. Drop off back at the cafe, and who do they run into? But Hakusaki-sensei. And of course it looks bad. What if something happened? Yeah, there could have been a lot of problems. If anything had gone, like, horribly wrong, and then it was like, why was she hanging out with this woman in the first place? Oh, well, it's because of her teacher. This is her teacher's live-in, but of course it's Japan, so unmarried romantic partner. Oh, the scandal. The scandal. Because, of course, you gotta remember that Japan takes place in the 1950s when it comes to social acceptance of such things. So, scandal on top of scandal on top of scandal, if anything bad had happened. But it all went fine. Science I'll scold you next. Didn't tell her anything you shouldn't have, did you? I mostly talked about us. I kind of feel bad that we missed out on those conversations, but I don't think like the pacing and the tone would have been right at all had they actually indulged. And she's like, yeah, sure, allow me to have 5 flashbacks. But wouldn't that have been nice too? Maybe in a bonus chapter. Even this she's so happy to see. Their relationship dynamic. How nice. I hope that someday that day is probably already. So for a second, she allows herself, because she's built up this whole fantasy world of what her future relationship could be like. And she's like, I hope that someday I can start walking towards that too. Right? But then she realizes that day is already here. And the symbolism, when she was thinking about that before, she was standing at the don't cross sign, right? She wasn't moving. But now, it's like, that day's already here. Here we go. Okay, so it looks like, based on all of this, that we're building up into a Sakai-senpai confession. That over the class trip arc, she's going to confess. It's going to be big and emotional and dramatic. She's probably going to get rejected. And it's going to be a rough one. But I think this was really well done. Really, really well done. Because it just was such a wonderful examination of her character in such a lovely situation. And then it provided such a feasible route forward for the plot, like based on how her emotional state is now as a result of this chapter. You feel me on this? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, just really well done. Just really, really beautiful stuff. Even though this whole plot line is just a very slow train that you realize you're looking down the tracks and there's nothing. It's just a cliff. But the train's still going. The train is slowly choo-chooing its way there. Next is a little bonus chapter, which is the exact flashback that I wanted to see. It looks quite long. It's 16 pages. We're gonna just read it. No, you know what? We'll read it in a separate video because it's long enough to make a video on its own, and I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about it. Okay, so tune in next time for chapter 36.5. Okay, bye-bye.